Alright, so hi guys. So first things first, I'm really sorry if you hear a lot of noise. There's two issues here. One is that my man is playing video games with his headphones on, so if you hear him yelling, I'm really sorry, but that is the man being the man. The other thing is I do have the window open, which basically means outside noise is coming into the house, and I'm really sorry about that because, you know, I do live in a Japanese home, and we'd like to cut down on using electricity when we can, and it is a very nice breezy day today, so we're just letting the air go in from this room right here to the bedroom, which is down the hallway, so like the windows are completely open in the house. Anyways, so keep getting that away, we're going to talk a little bit about what I did today, which I was going to Ginza for the Hobonichi Caravan. So I've never been to the Hobonichi Caravan before because, you know, I didn't think I was worthy enough. I've never used a Hobonichi long enough to be able to feel prideful about them. So I do have my Hobonichis tend to be chunky, and I'm going to show you guys an example of that. So this is the only year I actually stuck with an original. This is the only time I've used an original, and I found that the original is just not my size, and I'm going to show you guys what the original was supposed to look like. So you can see that the thickness is completely different. I've like obliterated the spine of the Hobonichi. If you can see that right there, it's just this really awkward shape. So this is the main reason why I don't use an original, is because the spine just warps so much that it's just impossible for me to use the Hobonichi. And yeah, so I basically stopped using the original, and I've stayed with the cousin ever since, and my cousin is actually far worse. So sorry about that. So this is the cousin from last year, and to give you guys an insight as to how thick it is, you can see that the width is much worse than my original. But yeah, I basically went to the Hobonichi event and I carried my old techos, and people were actually kind of amused by how thick they were. They were like, oh my god, how did it get that thick? So I did show it because when people think of the Hobonichi chunk, they kind of consider it in original size and not in the cousin size. So I guess people were just kind of like amused by the fact that a cousin can get this fat. So yeah, this was my Hobonichi from last year, and as you can see, it's warped, but it's not as terribly warped as my my original right here. And if you guys notice this very clean area right here, this is the part I really don't need in my cousin, and it is vertical. I'll talk a little bit about that in either this video or some other video. But yeah, anyways, I went to the Hobonichi event, and basically this Hobonichi Caravan is about meeting new people, talking about how you use the Hobonichi, and then giving your little input or feedback as to what you want improved in a Hobonichi. And so basically what I said, I know a lot of people would probably hate me for saying this, but I don't need the vertical weekly in my Hobonichi cousin, mainly due to the fact that, as you can see, it's a lot of chunk. I don't carry it out with me every day because it's just so heavy. So what happens is that little planning section, the vertical, becomes completely useless for me, so I don't really like to use it, and I'm just kind of wishing that sorry about that. So I just really wish this part was gone. Like, I've tried using it, and I keep trying to use it every year, but it just never works. So I really don't need this area. I'm just kind of wishing that this area just never existed. I'm really unhappy with it. I keep experimenting with it, and it just never works out. So that's that. Anyway, so my Hobonichis, as I said, is very thick. So what happened during this Hobonichi Caravan is that there was actually some press, and the press people were extremely like amused. Actually, it wasn't even just the press people, because you can see the caravan even though you aren't participating in it, because it's just in this open Hobonichi area. So what it is that people who weren't really participating in the Hobonichi Caravan, they could just kind of like swarm the outside of the caravan area, and a lot of people just like stared at my like Hobonichis because they were just so thick. They were like, oh my god, look at that chunk. But yeah, so I guess a lot of people took interest in it, and as I said, there was press, and the press people just kind of came up and they were like, hey, can we interview you because of that, about your Hobonichi? And I was like, okay. So they were just kind of like really amused by the sheer volume of my Hobonichi, because I think I actually had the fattest, chunkiest cousin that out in at least that particular moment. I don't know about what happened in the latter half, but yeah. So I did get interviewed a little bit. I don't know if it's actually even gonna make it because I stutter a lot. I have my but, and then I just kind of freeze up. So I don't know how that's gonna go on. Maybe they might show just my Hobonichi, because they did actually take a shot of my Hobonichi, because I think they were just kind of amused with how it looked. So if anything, you might actually see chunks of my Hobonichi. I don't remember. I think they took somewhere in like somewhere fairly recent. I don't know. Yeah, I think if anything, you might actually see this picture right here. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. Now, when you participate in the Hobonichi Caravan, they give you a little bit of take-home gift, and these were the take-home gifts. So I thought I'd actually share it with you guys, just in case you guys are curious as to if you get anything, what do you get. So, the very first thing that you probably get is this thing right here. It was just on the table, and they were like, "Oh yeah, feel free to take this home with you." So I was like, "Oh, okay." And it's like a little tenugui handkerchief kind of thing. It's made out of gauze. It feels really nice. And there's a little bit of a picture of a Hobonichi right here and whatnot. I don't really know how to use this. I think you can kind of wrap your Hobonichi in it, so maybe it's a furoshiki. I don't know. But yeah, it's really cute. So you get one of these. And then these come in this little bag right here with this little bird on it. So it is the Tobichi bag. It says Tobichi on it, and it's like a little bird on it, and I think it's kind of cute. So I'm probably going to cut this and paste this bird in my notebook. I don't know. But yeah, putting that away, I'm going to talk about what's in it. So these are all the things in it. So they do have a little advertisement for the Tobichi locations, and on the back it just shows you the Hobonichi app and whatnot. So yeah, that's that. And then as for things that are on sale currently as well, they put the film post-its, and they also put the Himatsubushi book, which are both very nice. I haven't bought both of these, so I guess it's just lovely because yay, I get stuff that I could probably use in my techo. So this is one of the things that I think they released on the year that they had the S-sack covers, I guess. I have the light green cover. I don't have this color, so I guess this is kind of new. I like this, actually. It flops around. It's pretty convenient. So this is the Hobonichi extra, I guess, that they came with. Yeah. So we've got this, and the next thing that we have is a book by the Hobonichi website, I guess. So the Hobonichi website kind of has like this little proverb kind of thing. It's not the same thing that they have in the techos, I think, but yeah, it's the stuff that was written on the Hobonichi website that they actually published into a book, I guess. So that's that. And curry. So this is curry spice. Yes, so you can kind of use it when you cook curry, and I have no plans for this yet, but I will use it eventually. Last thing that they have is this little towel right here, which is really nice, I guess, because I do use towels on a daily basis, and this is like one of those handy pocket towels that you can take with you when you go outside. So it's just lovely because you know, when my kids go to the park, their hands get dirty, and then they'll use the water to wash their hands, and then, you know, you obviously need a handkerchief to wipe your hands out. So that I'm gonna use this for that. And yeah, that's basically all the stuff, I guess. So in terms of the Hobonichi event itself, I think it's really nice. It's an opportunity to meet Mr. Itoi yourself. Apparently if you go visit Tobichi during certain hours of the day, you might actually see Mr. Itoya as well walking his dog or something, because that's what I learned today. But yeah, it's really nice. Mr. Itoya was kind of amused at my Hobonichi as well, I think. Though I'm quite sure he's probably seen more chunky Hobonichis, but at least for 2008. Well, that today I had like the chunkiest one so far, so yeah. It was pretty fun, and I really do hope that I would be able to participate in another one in the future, if I can. I don't know. I mean, like, you know, it's just an opportunity to go and see stuff, so we shall see. And as for people who are curious if I already bought a 2018 Hobonichi, because you guys probably saw this thing right here, I did buy something, but I'm not using this particular size. As I said, I'm not an original user, so I mainly got it just because I wanted this. And if you guys are not familiar with this, this is limited to Japan only, but this is the Porter Custom, and in the original size, it was just a really nice compact size for me to actually use in an everyday daily basis, and I was like, oh my god, I totally need to get it, so I did get it, and I don't have any regrets. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit how it's like, in case you guys are curious. You guys will probably have to use like a proxy server service if you did want it, but I'll show you guys what it's like in person. Definitely the cover itself is windbreaker material, so it's not going to deteriorate over time like fake leather might do, so it's props to that, and it's probably going to be waterproof because of that. I don't know, I might actually have to like spray it first, but it feels like it would be water repelling, which is nice because, you know, rainy weathers do happen. So they do have a little pocket right here, and then this is the zippered part, so you can kind of put your important stuff in here, which is like my little coin purse right here and whatnot. I do use a long wallet, but I wanted to use this on the go, so it's, you know, I might actually buy a smaller wallet. But yeah, so there's a little bit of pockets and whatnot, and then at the very end they actually have this portion right here, which I guess is where you're supposed to put your Hobonichi if you actually do use it, which I guess is really nice. Now, overall, I really like the color of this lime green. It's not obnoxiously bright green, but it's a little bit subdued, and it just feels like it's a really nice shade to actually own. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get myself a cover for the cousin that yet. Unfortunately, I haven't found a cover that I have like deeply fallen in love with in terms of the cousin covers this year, but I know I do have to get a cover eventually because I do like to keep my Hobonichis in, you know, covers, so we shall see what's gonna happen. And yeah, that's about it. So hopefully I'll be able to catch you guys again really soon, because I do have a couple of other things that I wanted to review and show you guys. Yeah, bye guys.